So, time and time again, I keep hearing this weird sort of paradox, juxtaposition, like this conflicting reality where people are like, we lost the common culture idea, right? So, because we all used to watch movies that were from had various cultural identities or something, and because nobody's interested in the homogenized, repetitive bullshit that's out there, like we all don't have the same cultural context basically because cookies exist. Cookies, the programs that like monitor your interests and find you stuff when you're using a search engine. Because we all have different interests and technology is focusing us on our various different interests, we all have primarily the narrative of our own, social bubble. So because we live inside various political bubbles, we all don't have the same cultural narrative. Right, something like that. The problem is, if we're all living in our own individual social bubbles, but everybody knows the exact same problems, and everybody sees the exact same bullshit, and everybody is complaining about the exact same things, token characters, characters we got excited for like a decade being erased in favor of token diversity. This and that. Oh, Trump, Orange Man did something, and these people were pissed about it, and these people are pissed about these people being pissed because the thing the Orange Man did wasn't really that bad, and he's not a fascist, but he is a fascist, but he's not a fascist, but blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. We haven't lost our cultural homogeneity. Our cultural homogeneity has become getting pissed off, basically. Right, the idea is because we have various cultural bubbles, blah, 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 but like from what I see, all those individual cultural bubbles are kind of the same thing. Like you're talking about the exact same thing. So is there really a degrading of the same common cultural bubble, or is it just the cultural bubbles, the collective cultural bubble is just getting pissed off at things? Because I feel like just because we're getting pissed off and negative emotions equal negative doesn't like erase the existence of community. Like we all have the same. Like just because I'm on a completely different political continent from Matt Walsh or that idiot from Eastern Europe that morning shows are obsessed about Andrew Tate. Like who even fucking listens to Andrew Tate? Who gives a fuck about Andrew Tate? But he gets roped into everything, and Matt Walsh and Andrew Tate get roped into everything because the pissed off fandom community is in a political war with psychotic weirdos who like to homogenize their enemy. So yeah, we are talking about our own various individual talking points, but we're also primarily talking about each other. So the number of things we're talking about has kind of declined, probably, but it's still there, right? And it's theoretically even bigger than the community people had like 30 years ago, because it's so universally understood that psychotic left-wing activists are being toxic in access media, in Hollywood, in business spaces, pretending to be doing things for diversity, whereas in reality they're just hiring their own little entourage of politically minded friends, and they basically just privilege either minorities with inherited wealth, or minorities with political power, right? So just because most black people are poor doesn't mean that the portion of black people who have a bunch of money aren't like well connected, right? So if you go to university or college in America, it's basically just party, agree with the common talking points, blah, 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 don't be critical, and you just form a little club of friends, and you end up getting hired by your friends. And then if some narcissist lies about you, you get fired by your friends, and you have to endure either a 5-year prison sentence until someone finally gets the crazy bitch to confess, or I'm just pointing out like the ridiculous level of hypocrisy of people claiming to be all for justice in the Me Too movement, but in reality just setting up, kangaroo trials and like giving a slap on the wrist for college chicks who just lie about getting raped, and then in spite of a superabundance of evidence of them being liars, just get away with it. Like the Yale thing with the guy who's suing Yale for like $100 million because Yale had an actual fucking kangaroo trial after an actual trial which definitively proved some crazy woman lied about him, lied about everything. And this is like, it's a culture of intimidation with universities in America. And sure, we're all pissed at the left wing right now, but before 2014, we were all pissed at the right wing with this mega churches and the crazy people worshipping a paper cutout of George W. Bush, and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and where was the oil, and why, and Guantanamo, etc. So just because we're all pissed at the left right now and aren't really talking about a lot of various different interesting things because, well, we already have infinite lazy information in our hands, doesn't mean that we lost the cultural homogeneity of understanding things. I understand perfectly when someone takes a dude character and randomly turns him into a pervert, or when someone takes a old white male character, ignores his backstory, rewrites him to be something completely different, and just fucks up his life in the story, fucking up the happy ending that I got like 10, 20 years ago. We all fucking understand that shit. It's just that information has gotten more lazy, I think. Because Wikipedia erased all the topical web pages of the past, right? What's the point of hunting down a web page, a single topic web page that gives you infinite detailed information when you can just type in the thing that you're looking for, click on the first result on Wikipedia, and get that information? Now they're trying to do the same thing with AI, only AI is not actually smart, it's just mathematical chemistry, basically. And you get like bizarro answers that make no sense whatsoever, which is really annoying because you already got the summarized answers before AI got involved, and everybody knows there's not a lot of money to be made with actual AI. In some niche cases, you could be getting a little bit above what you're spending, but like AI data centers are utterly irrelevant. completely and utterly irrelevant. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But, I don't know, maybe people have a lot of Nvidia stock or whatever, and they're just fucking around or something. It's stupid. Yeah, and you do still have YouTube channels that are about certain topics, but every single YouTuber has certain pressures to find someone who is to cater to a certain community, right? It's not just here's a bunch of random interesting stuff. It's like here's a story that's gonna make me a little bit of money, the bare minimum amount of money, because it's a YouTube video and I have to constantly produce stuff on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis, right? So if you have like something like Tales of the Internet, like crazy time stuff, blah blah blah, you're gonna specifically focus on that type of thing. And whereas in a single topic webpage environment, you could add you could just type up a thing, post it as in a side section, and continue typing, because most people have a far easier job typing out their thoughts, right, than typing out their thoughts, saying their thoughts aloud, editing their thoughts, checking the lighting, checking the this, checking the that, waiting for their PC to process their thoughts, doing random effects and blah 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 bullshit. Like, even without the random effects, you're talking about doubling or tripling the amount of work that you're putting into something, right? Now, podcasts are a thing, but podcasts are, like, do you do Spotify? Do you do YouTube? They're a lot less popular than just turning on a camera, recording yourself with lighting, and blah, blah, blah editing. Like, you're at least doubling your work. Whereas in single topic web pages, you can, like, blah, 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 blah. Also, chat rooms. Like, when's the last time anyone's ever been to a chat room, right? Because I tried it years ago and I very quickly gave up on it. Like, people aren't on at the same time. You can just get all your immediate information from watching YouTube. And then, as a viewer from a YouTube perspective, right? So I click on a couple of hundred things, subscribe to a couple of hundred things, and every month or two, I'm basically stuck on the same small pool of channels, and I'm like, wait, what happened to that other thing? Like, why haven't I heard from that other thing? Like, what happened to that channel I was listening to? I liked that channel I was listening to. Did it stop producing more content? And it's just like some sort of outside prioritization of, right, you either get randomly unsubscribed from something, or like the system just forgets to prioritize it because the system is limited. And it's very, very strange and annoying, because you have an enshittified technological world of software, right? And you could just be getting the thing that you clicked on to sign on. You signed on to, like, observe, right? You could just get the actual things that you want to get, but the system is too big and too inefficient to change to your preferences, right? So you have multiple layers of enshittification in how you get your information and how you store your information. Wikipedia, very basic, very lazy information. The good information that was there from the 90s, it's eroding or shut down. Topical YouTube channels, well, people have limits, right? Want to find specific information, You can't. Even if I type out the exact thing that I'm looking for, because the search engine is searching through a vast, massive space. It's actually slowing me down. If the thing I'm searching for is not already popular or in the popular consciousness, it's gonna be harder to find than it was 10, 15 years ago. I just tried finding stuff on YouTube about Frankenstein 2004. There was a TV show that failed, that there was this pilot of a TV show of Frankenstein like 10, 15 years ago. You could get like a bunch of videos about it, but now I kind of can get the pilot for that TV show that I'm looking for that got canceled. That didn't get approved past the pilot, blah blah blah. But it's in a foreign language, and the one thing that is in English is like this short clip, but all the other things are different Frankenstein stuff, right? So you would get like hundreds of videos in a list, right? You would scroll down, next 20, next 20, next 20. Now, if I scroll down, I see the 3 to 4 things that I've already watched. Like, for some reason, I get I get like basically 5 or 6 results, and then I scroll down and I see all the things that I've already watched. So it's really trying to homogenize my experience to its detriment. It's ridiculous. And then there's like the question of, why isn't YouTube making like a functional app that isn't super annoying? And I cannot fucking figure it out. Like, why would you make a YouTube app if the objective experience of the YouTube app is worse than browsing YouTube? Like, where is the plugin for to use YouTube in concert with Steam? I haven't seen that, right? There's no, where is the YouTube app that lets me drag and drop shortcuts or generate shortcuts in folders? I haven't seen that. Like, I don't know much about the YouTube app at all, other than every time I try to use it, it's fucking objectively a worse experience than regular YouTube. It's very bizarre and annoying. And even the boxes that hold videos are starting to weirdly reframe around the videos, right? So I don't have the option of switching to an old video system where like the timeline was below the video. I don't have that. Like what is the point of the YouTube app if it's all it does? Even the advertising for the YouTube app is annoying, right? Because I have to move my hand a little bit farther to the left every time I drag and drop. So I have to relearn like muscle memory because some idiot thought it was a good idea to clutter up Chrome with the YouTube app, right? And if I get the YouTube app, it's a standout white elliptical thing, and it's very distracting and it's very annoying. So I don't think we've lost homogeneous culture. I think we all understand the exact same things. It's just that culture has transformed into an experience of being frustrated with technological and societal bullshit.